I'm going to be talking about using the Japan Rail Pass. So for those who don't know, this is a train, bus, and ferry pass for foreigners visiting Japan. People who live in Japan cannot purchase this pass. So I purchased mine from the website. You can also buy it from travel agencies. I believe mine came to my house the day after I ordered it, or a couple days after. And what I actually got was not this, it was a voucher for the pass. So what you have to do when you get off the plane, when you get to Japan, is go to the Japan Rail Pass office in the airport. And then you exchange your voucher for this actual pass. My personal information is on this side, but I guess I can show you a little bit. So it's expired now, but the inside is just a map of Japan and some information on using the pass. So it can be quite daunting when you are first purchasing this pass from your home country, because it is very expensive, and if you've never used it before, it might be a little confusing. The price differs. There are 3 different types of passes depending on the amount of time you need the pass for. I ended up buying the most expensive one because I was in Japan for 21 days. So even though it's very expensive, I do recommend getting it, because if you end up taking the bullet train with this pass, the most expensive one, twice, and if you're using it every day to get around Japan, it pays for itself essentially. The bullet trains are also very expensive. I think if you're only going for a week, or if you'd only like to buy the pass for 1 week, it will definitely be worth it. If not for the bullet train, just for the convenience of having this pass. So when you're in JR stations, you can get through the gates by just showing the gate guards your pass, and I found that was so much more convenient than having to go to the ticket machines and figure out which tickets I would need, which I did do a couple of times because I went off the JR lines, but just having the convenience of not having to figure out which tickets I need to buy, getting change out, figuring out that type of thing was so convenient. You can also use this pass to get on some express trains. So I took the express train from the Chiba airport into Shibuya. The express offices are usually painted red on the outside, so they're inside the train station, but you can just look for a red office. When you use the express trains and shinkansen, you'll get these stamps too. Honestly, the only downsides of using this, other than the major expense up front, was if you go into Kyoto and some parts of Osaka, there's not many JR lines. So if you're around Tokyo, then you will have no problem getting anywhere you need to go using this. However, for a couple places in Kyoto and Osaka, I had to buy extra tickets to get on a line that wasn't on JR. So JR, if you don't know, stands for Japan Rail, and there are a couple different major rail companies in Japan. When I was booking my accommodations in Japan, I spent hours and hours looking up everyone that I was interested in to find out if they were near the JR station. And that was a major factor in Kyoto and Osaka for where I ended up staying. I made sure each of the hotels and Airbnbs were within walking distance from a JR station. The farthest I had to walk was 20 minutes, and that was while I was in a rural area in Kyoto. And the second thing that caused a little bit of confusion was at very small stations, like not in major stations, there were no guards or attendance there at night. So if I was coming home at like 10 or 11, I didn't know how I could get through the gates because they were all closed and everyone was using their pass cards or their tickets to get through, but I needed to show this to a guard in order for them to press a button to open the gate for me. So that ended up causing me to just step over the gates and running for my life out of the train stations at night. I'm not too sure what I was actually supposed to do in those scenarios. I used this to take the bullet train between Tokyo and Osaka. It says right inside the pass that you cannot take NOZOMI or MIZUHO lines, so I took the HIKARI line, and I think the HIKARI is just slightly slower than NOZOMI, but it's still very fast. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say about the Japan Rail Pass. If you guys have any questions about using this, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. I definitely recommend this, and I'll be purchasing this again the next time I vacation in Japan. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Just wanna tell you, don't worry, I will be late, don't stay up.